And welcome to this incredibly special day from Fenway Park, the 100th anniversary of Fenway Park, fresh off an incredible ceremony here at Fenway, and we welcome you inside the broadcast booth here at Fenway. Jerry, that had to be very cool.
That was very special. It really was. You know, I was nervous before the whole thing started, and it's just amazing. You look around, all the faces that you see that have played here at Fenway Park. A lot of guys you recognize, some you don't recognize. It's really amazing, and to have to stand on that field again was a very special feeling for me. It really was.
Who did you see that you hadn't seen in a long time?
Oh, you know, a lot of the guys. I mean, you can go right down the list. You know, people you look at and you go, oh my God, I haven't seen you in years. You know, and it's amazing. You know, guys like Fisk, obviously, and Yaz, and guys that I played with, Dewey. But then you see other guys that you play with through the years too, Dave Stapleton and different people, and it was, I don't know what it looked like from up here, but from down there it was spectacular.
It looked great up here. There were over 200 players who made it back here, and some from a long time ago who played. But how strange was it standing out there at second base? Probably been a little while.
Hey, you know, I'm going to tell you something. The field looked awful big. It looked very big, a long way from first base to second base. Yeah, can't cut it anymore.
Well, it is certainly a very special day here today at Fenway Park. The Yankees are here. We'll be back. We'll have baseball for you. Red Sox and Yankees coming your way right after this. Brought to you by New England's website for deals by Toyota.com. Dunkin' Donuts. New England's Subaru dealers. And by Southwest Airlines. Well, some great shots of old Fenway Park. Looks a lot like new Fenway Park here in the 100th anniversary. And a beautiful day at Fenway Park. Nothing but blue skies above. The wind is pounding out right now, which could make for some offensive baseball here today between these two teams. The Red Sox and Yankees meeting for the first time in 2012. The Yankees fresh off a 7-6 win last night at home against Minnesota. They got in last night and ready to go here today, as this is the first matchup between the two teams. So far, the Yankees coming in at 7-6. The Red Sox are 4-8 in the young season. And Curtis Granderson with a 3-home run performance last night as part of a 7-6 win for the Yankees. They started that game down 4-0, but came back in the end to get the victory. So I guess it's only fitting that they are here today for this day. And Joe Girardi certainly had a lot of things to say before the game about the ballpark and having played here. And the Yankees are glad to be here on this special day at Fenway Park. The Red Sox coming off an off day. And we'll have Clay Buchholz on the mound today for Boston as they get ready to take the field. Of course, the throwback uniforms today, and here they come. I'll get a look at the uniforms from then until now, and a sample of both. Sox a little different as well as Buchholz digs in at the rubber to get ready. Let's check out the visiting New York Yankees starting lineup. It's brought to you by Jordan's Furniture. Derek Jeter leads it off. He is at shortstop. Curtis Granderson in center field. Alex Rodriguez, the DH, bats third with Robinson Cano at second base. In the cleanup spot, Mark Teixeira off to a relatively slow start at first base. Nick Swisher is in right field, batting sixth with Raul Ibanez, newcomer in left field. Eric Chavez is at third base, and it's Russell Martin doing the catching. He bats ninth for New York. On the mound for the Red Sox is Clay Buchholz. His third start of the year, comes in at 1-0 with a 9.82 earned run average. 11 innings so far. He has been touched for 14 hits, and opponents are hitting at .318 against Buchholz. His numbers here at Fenway Park: 16-9 in 35 starts, 36 appearances overall, as he has 176 strikeouts in 213 innings.
The Red Sox defense is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. They've only made 2 errors in the 12 games they've played. Kevin Youkilis will be at third base. Mike Aviles, the shortstop. Dustin Pedroia at second. And Adrian Gonzalez, the first baseman, left to right. Cody Ross, Jason Repko, and Ryan Sweeney. And Jared Saltalamacchia doing the catching for Clay Buchholz.
Umpiring crew today: Jeff Nelson has a play calling the balls and strikes with Bill Welke at first base, Tim Sheeta at second base, and Chris Conroy is the umpire at third. Where available, this telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your television remote. Enjoy the game.
Buenas tardes, amigos.
Now the wind is blowing out. It is 76 degrees here today. Out to left at 17 miles per hour. Seems like more than that. It is expected to be partly cloudy. Right now there's not a cloud in the sky here at Fenway Park. It is beautifully blue above as the Red Sox and Yankees get ready for this first game of the 3-game weekend series. And Derek Jeter, who has been leading off for the Yankees, makes his way to the plate to lead it off today.
Kind of strange to see uniforms with no numbers on the back of the players.
Jeter to lead it off, starting the year terrifically at .373, the average for Jeter. 4 home runs and 11 runs batted in. So on this 100th anniversary at Fenway Park, here's the first pitch, and it'll miss for ball 1 from Clay Buchholz. We're underway. Buchholz, who starts at Detroit and at home against Tampa Bay. A no decision against the Tigers. A win last time out against Tampa Bay, even though he gave up 5 runs in 7 innings. The Red Sox came up big, scoring in the 7th and 8th innings 8 runs. As Jeter grounds one foul down the third baseline.
You had 2 guys right at the top of the lineup that have had great starts. You see Jeter on a 10-game hitting streak. Granderson with 6 home runs already this season.
Jeter slaps it foul off to the right and is down 1-2. And today is Buchholz matched up against Ivan Nova on the other side. Tomorrow to be Dubront and Garcia. Sunday Bard up against CC Sabathia. 3-game series from Fenway Park. 1-2 is popped up. Pedroia battling the sun, drifting to the short lawn and right, and he drops the baseball. Reaching to be Jeter. He was in trouble right out of the gate, it appeared. He gets out there and cannot make the catch.
Yeah, exactly that time of day, too. Just after 3 o'clock, as you mentioned, no clouds up there, all sunshine. And you're right, it did appear that he was struggling right out of the chute. trying to make this catch. He's got his hand up right away trying to block the sun, and as he goes back, it just clanks off the glove, and Jeter's safe at first base.
It is an error, and it's the first error the Red Sox have made since the second game of the season. Defensively, they've been very good. So Jeter aboard at first, and Curtis Granderson, you mentioned his start. 6 home runs out of the gate for Granderson. And he lifts a fly ball to shallow center. Repko is out there in center field today, and he'll make the catch for the first down. We've already had a lot happen today, but a lot more is coming up. The commissioner will join us live in the booth a little bit later. We'll check in on the fan cave. They're having a viewing party with the fan cave, Red Sox style. We'll check in with them live today. And Jenny will check in with David Ortiz on his thoughts on today on this 100th anniversary of Fenway Park. 1 out in the first inning. Jeter at first, and here's Alex Rodriguez, who's not been off to a great start. He's hitting at .250 with a home run and 2 runs batted in. He is the DH today. Eric Chavez getting the start at third base today for New York. A-Rod the DH. This one popped up foul off to the right and out of play.
Couple of pitches where Buchholz has been very good getting the ball in. He got it into Derek Jeter for that pop-up to Pedroia, and he gets this fastball in on A-Rod. It really ties him up for the foul ball.
Alex Rodriguez with 5 hits in his last 22 at bats. Finished up last year 99 games, hitting just .276. That's over the inside corner, and he is quickly down 0-2.
And once again, Buchholz goes inside, and Rodriguez has him jumping back from home plate.
Over the head of Rodriguez, and heading to second base is Jeter. It was over everything and back to the backstop, so Jeter takes second base. Wild pitch charge to Clay Buchholz.
Looks like he tried to come inside again, but this time way too high and inside, and Jeter makes his way into scoring position.
A runner at second, 1 down. A-Rod with a count of 1-2. Outfield plays for Rodriguez to go the other way. They move Jason Repko over to right center. In again, and it's 2-2. Clay Buchholz in his career against New York, 2-3 with a 5.59 earned run average. It's getting easier as Robinson Cano waits on deck for New York. Line towards left center field and in for a base hit for Rodriguez. Jeter coming around from second base. He will score. And the Yankees strike first on top 1-0. RBI single for Alex Rodriguez, and the Yankees lead it 1-0.
Now that time it was a high fastball, but it was not inside. It was out over the plate. And Rodriguez jumps all over it for that line drive into center field for the base hit. Looked like it might have been the cut fastball that time, but up, out over the plate, and the base hit.
So 1 out, 1 on, and Robinson Cano coming up. Jeter got it started as he reached on the error committed by Pedroia at second base. Cano off to a .241 start with a home run and 3 runs batted in. He Primarily batted out of the number 5 spot last year, in the cleanup spot here this season. And slices one foul off to the left, out of play. 241 average for Cano. A home run and 3 runs batted in. He was 0 for 4 in last night's game and has 3 hits in his last 16 at bats. That'll drop in there for strike 2, and it's 0-2.
First curveball of the day for Clay Buchholz. He quickly gets ahead of Cano. No balls and 2 strikes.
He's reached the 25 home run plateau in 3 straight seasons. Finished last year hitting at .302 as he takes a pitch down and away, and it's 1-2. Well, the Red Sox have lost 3 games in a row heading into this first game of the 3-game series against the Yankees. Talked a lot about the schedule in the beginning of the year and how hard it was going to be. It has been very difficult, and the Red Sox certainly glad to see the Texas Rangers out of town as they welcome the Yankees. Fly ball to center field, sending Repko back. Wynn's going to take it. Repko at the wall, makes the catch. Tagging at first and hitting to second is Rodriguez. He'll get there with a slide. The breeze is heading out in that direction, and that one carried all the way to the wall, but Repko able to make the catch. 2 down.
Now, you mentioned the breeze, Don, really blowing hard out towards center field on a warm day, and that was a changeup that time that Cano hit out to the wall. Good base running by Rodriguez as he tags it first and gets in a scoring position. Knew that ball was not going to go off the wall, so he goes back and tags up and gets in a scoring position with 2 outs.
Here's Mark Teixeira batting out of the number 5 spot for New York. Trying to come in, and they do in the inside corner for strike 1. Teixeira with a home run. He hit a 2-run home run in the first inning. Last night's game was 2 for 4 in the game. Generally, you can pretty much book 3,100 for Teixeira, the only major leaguer to reach 30 home runs and 100 RBIs in each of the last 8 seasons, starting in 2004. And a very good series coming off the Minnesota series where he was 6 for 13. And Joe Girardi's Yankees 7-6 coming into today's action. Ground ball to Gonzalez at first base. He'll take it himself to wrap up the first inning. A run for the Yankees. The Red Sox are coming up. Todd is here in front, and there are many dignitaries throughout Fenway Park on this 100th year anniversary of Fenway as we check out the Red Sox starting lineup in 2012. Starting lineup brought to you by New England Chevy dealers. Mike Aviles leads it off at shortstop with Ryan Sweeney in right field. Dustin Pedroia at second base. Adrian Gonzalez at first base. David Ortiz at DH with Kevin Youkilis batting sixth. He's at third base. Jared Saltalamacchia does the catching with Cody Ross in left. And Jason Repko in center field bats ninth. So Mike Aviles standing in to lead it off, which he has done every day since Jacoby Ellsbury was placed on the DL. And the first pitch from Ivan Nova is missing for ball one. Nova's third start. He's 2-0 with a 4.15 earned run average. 333 opponent batting average. Here's a pop up down the right field line, and coming from right is Swisher, but going out is Cano from second base with his back to the plate. He makes the catch.
Well, a difference there between he and Pedroia. He didn't have to fight the sun because he had his back to the sun. And makes a nice over the shoulder catch for the first out for the Yankees today.
One down for Ryan Sweeney coming up. A little different looking lineup today for the Red Sox with Sweeney batting second.
Yeah, Bobby Valentine saying he's patient. They'd like to have him up in the lineup. He's also swinging the bat very well. 424 coming into the game.
No homers, 5 runs batted in, so Pedroia moves from second to third in the order. And Sweeney takes strike two. That's strike three. And Sweeney is strikeout number one for Nova.
That's a give-up curveball right there. Left-handers give up on it because they think it's outside. And then comes the break, and it just barely picks up the outside corner.
2 down in the first inning, and it brings up Dustin Pedroia. 271 average. 3 homers and 5 runs batted in. Dustin takes strike one. It was 1 for 7 in the series against Texas. Relatively quiet series. On the ground, foul and out of play as it's 1-2 to Pedroia. 2 games with the Yankees remaining in this series Saturday and Sunday night. And the Red Sox are out to Minnesota and Chicago as part of their next road trip. The Red Sox have been on a 9-game, 10-day homestand. 1-2 is into center field. A base hit for Pedroia, just out of the reach of Robinson Cano at second base, and it's a 2-out single for Pedroia.
Good plate coverage there by Dustin Pedroia. He gets the breaking ball. It is away, but he gets over the plate and puts it on the line in the center field for the base hit. He is now 4 for 6 in his career against Nova.
Two down, Pedroia at first, and Adrian Gonzalez coming up. Adrian hitting at .292 to start the day. 2 homers and 8 runs batted in. Adrian 2 for 8 in that series against the Texas Rangers, and that included a home run. We're going to get a live look at the MLB Fan Cave viewing party. Some 200 Red Sox fans checking it out today. There they are, enjoying today's 100th anniversary of Fenway Park, and we will be checking in with them from time to time.
You see, they have both trophies with them too.
Pedroia back to the bag at first, held on by Teixeira. Gonzalez slicing it foul to the screen, and it is 1-2. '25-year-old Ivan Nova, third start of the year. Nova remarkably has won 14 consecutive regular season decisions dating back to June of last year. 14-0 with a 3.35 earned run average during that time. It is the longest current winning streak in the majors. And when he gets a lead in 30 career starts, he's 19-1. He's got a lead today before he took the mound. The Yankees getting a run in the first inning, and Red Sox have 2 outs here with a runner at first and a check on Pedroia.
Pedroia with 1 steal on the season so far has not been caught.
One-two is bouncing in, and it is now 2-2 to Adrian Gonzalez. In the air with the wind out towards left center. Granderson is back there to give it a push, but not enough. Up against the wall, he makes the grab. That ends the inning. We're done with 1. The Yankees have a 1-0 lead. Some of the 216 that were on hand here today, the alumni. Omar Garcia-Parra back in the house. Here for the second homestand of the season at Fenway as the Oakland A's visit Fenway on April 30th, May 1st and 2nd. Seattle Mariners visit Boston for the third straight homestand of the season, May 14th and 15th. Get your tickets now for these great matchups at redsox.com/tickets. Yankees have a 1-0 advantage as we head to the second inning. It is 6, 7, and 8 for New York. Swisher, Bañez, and Chavez. Swisher, .235 hitter, 2 home runs and 13 runs batted in. He's tied for second right now in the American League with 13 RBIs out of the gate. He's been doing it with 2 outs in innings, too. 9 of the 13 have come with 2 outs in an inning. So he rattles it foul off to the left and out of play. Wrapped up last year hitting at 260. 23 home runs, 85 runs batted in. Played in 150 games last year for the Yankees. Because of the start time of this game, shadows will be a factor soon. They're already headed towards home plate right now.
It'll be that way probably for a couple of the games on this series here today. Tomorrow, 4 o'clock start here at Fenway Park.
Jammed and a pop-up foul off third. Euclid's going as far as he can, but that'll go into the seats. Buchholz giving up an unearned run in the first inning. In the air to left field, struck pretty well. Back goes Repko looking up, and that ball is gone. Home run opposite field for Nick Swisher that gets up and over into the first row of monster seats. The Yankees take a 2-0 lead. It looked like a fly ball off the bat that was going to stay in the yard for sure. But the wind just takes it and takes it right out of Fenway. It's 2-0 New York.
Yeah, we don't normally see Swisher go to that side of the field. A lot of times he pulls the ball, but this time he goes inside out on a fastball out over the plate. And I'm surprised as you are, Don, if this ball left the ballpark. I thought at the most it was going to hit the wall. But it gets up and over the wall, and the Yankees have the 2-0 lead.
Raul Ibanez now a member of the Yankees as he steps in and takes strike one. Ibanez at 286, 2 homers, 9 runs batted in. Last year in his final year of the Phillies, he hit 245. Did have 20 homers and 84 RBIs in 144 games. Prior to being with the Phillies, a couple years with Seattle, a couple different stints with Seattle, and time in Kansas City. On the ground right side, Pedroia gets it, gets back up and throws out Ibanez. Well, to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Fenway Park, Big Times Bats is pleased to offer a full-size limited edition 34-inch baseball bat to commemorate this historic occasion. This unique collectible includes historic and modern images of Fenway and is a very limited edition. Only 1,912 available. Order yours for $99.95 plus shipping and handling by going to BigTimeBats.com or calling 866-280-BATS. This one fouled off with 1 out in the second inning by Eric Chavez. Former Oakland A, who has bounced back here with the New York Yankees the last 2 seasons. Series of injuries that took one of the best third basemen in all the game really out of it for a while. A lot of back and shoulder injuries for Chavez at the end of his career with Oakland, but he was healthy. One of the best defensive third basemen in the game. He will hook this towards right center field, back towards the bullpen, and that ball is gone. Into the bullpen, a home run for Chavez. His first home run of the year, and the Yankees out to a 3-0 lead, their second home run of the inning.
That looked to be a changeup this time from Buchholz. Let's see the pitch speed. Yes, it was a changeup at 80 miles an hour, up and away, and Chavez gets up and hooks the ball into the Red Sox bullpen. So the Yankees coming out strong and fast here early in the ballgame.
So one down for Russell Martin, who has really struggled out of the gate. Martin hitting at 133 as he takes ball 1 away. Last year hit .237 for the Yankees. No homers and an RBI this year. Well, next half inning, we'll check in with Jenny Dell. Tell us about yesterday's event here at Fenway Park. I'm not sure they were expecting as many folks as came out yesterday. That was unbelievable.
What do they say, 55,000 people?
It's unbelievable. Here at Fenway in the open house. And everybody had a good time yesterday, and we will check it out with Jenny Dell next inning. .30 pitch to Martin. There's a strike, 3-1. Martin last year with 18 home runs. Chops one towards third. Youkilis with a throw that gets there in plenty of time. 2 down. So back up top to the top of the Yankees order, and that'll bring up Derek Jeter. Jeter reaching on the error on a pop-up committed by Dustin Pedroia, who kind of lost it in the sun in short right field. Jeter would score on an RBI single by Alex Rodriguez. Well, to start the year, he's got 22 hits and 4 home runs. Matches most hits and most home runs ever that he's had through the first 13 games of the year. Had the same back in 1999, and Jeter off to a terrific start. Sits safely in 10 straight games coming into today's action. Ended up having a pretty good year last year, .297 average at the end of the year. Problems with his right calf that put him on the DL. And of course last year the milestone for him on July the 8th. 28th member of the 3,000 hit club, first Yankee to do it. On the ground off the glove of Youkilis. Aviles will get it. He'll still throw it, and it'll be late. Youkilis kind of knocking it down and slowing it down. And Jeter will reach on what should be a hit.
Yeah, a lot of times that's what they like to try to pitch Jeter inside, but this time he cleans it out. There's the dive by Youkilis right off the top of the glove, and Jeter has himself the base hit with 2 outs.
Extends the hitting streak to 11 straight games now. Here's Curtis Granderson. Flied out to center field in the first inning. He is 0 for 1. Mentioned the 3 home runs for Granderson in yesterday's game, part of a 5 for 5 day and part of a Yankees win against Minnesota. Became the first Yankee ever to collect 5 hits and 3 home runs in a single game. Very high for ball 2. Placed 4th in the AL MVP voting last year. Total 40 home runs, 10 triples last year, 25 stolen bases. This one is chopped foul at the dish. Alex Rodriguez on deck. Yankees have scored twice so far here in the second, both solo home runs. Nick Swisher and Eric Chavez. '40th pitch already for Clay Buchholz. And it's a swing and a miss, 2-2. See. Throws the breaking ball.
And finally gets the changeup down where he wants it. The one to Chavez stayed high in the zone, and Chavez able to hook it for the home run. That changeup stays down low.
to right field, and this will get in for a base hit. Jeter will head for third base as Sweeney gets it back in. It is first and third now with 2 down, and Granderson has got a base hit here in the second inning.
Well, after the changeup, back to the fastball, and Granderson ready for it. As he hooks it into right field, and a little first and third action for the Yankees. A lot of pitches up in the zone right now for Clay Buchholz.
Bob McClure, the pitching coach, out to talk with him here, down 3-0, and Yankees threatening for more. I'll remind you that Bud Selig scheduled to join us in the top half of the 4th inning. Commissioner here, obviously, for the 100th celebration at Fenway Park. Alex Rodriguez coming up here, singled to drive in a run in the first inning. It's 1 for 1. Some shadows encompassing the home plate area at the moment. On the ground, foul. Derek Jeter at third base. Curtis Granderson across the diamond at first base. That's on the corner for strike 2, 0-2. Alex Rodriguez tied with Ken Griffey Jr. for 5th place on baseball's all-time list with 630 home runs. 4th is Willie Mays at 660. On the ground up the middle, Aviles ranges. He'll go to second base for the force out that will end the inning. Coming back to Fenway Park, we'll take a look back at yesterday's open house from Fenway. They watch from New York. There are a few Yankees fans mixed in. 3-0. Yankees on top as we head here to the bottom of the second inning.
Everybody seems to be getting along fine, no?
David Ortiz leading it off here in the second part of our key matchup, brought to you by New England Honda dealers. David hitting at .312. Career here at Fenway Park as he settles in. It's Ortiz, Youkilis, and Saltalamacchia to bat here in the second inning. David at .383 in the year so far with a home run, 10 runs batted in. David was 2 for 8 in the series against Texas. Right now actually hitting left-handers better than right-handers. Ortiz hitting .438 against lefties, .355 against right-handers, and drives this one out towards deep left center field, and that one is up off the top of the wall. David will head to second base and get there standing with a double, and out is Bobby Valentine to argue. It looked like it was up on top of the wall and up off that ledge up there.
Yeah, this is one they're going to have to look at, I think, because it looked like it was on top of that ledge. Let's take another look on replay. Ortiz with the fastball right down the middle of the plate, opposite field. Home run. I don't think there's any question about that. They're going to go check it now on replay when they come back. The Red Sox will have a run on the board.
This will be the third reviewed play of the year for the Red Sox. Second right here at Fenway Park. Let's send it to Jenny Dell.
Don, yesterday's open house brought nearly 54,000 fans to Fenway Park for autographs and tours of the ballpark. And earlier today, Bobby Valentine marveled in the power of this national landmark.
I witnessed it yesterday. I thought yesterday was just an incredible experience. Tens of thousands of people here. I had, over 20 people who just drove up, my friends, for the day to walk around the stadium, to be on the field, to look at the scoreboard up close and personal, to be part of what we did yesterday. I don't know you could do that anywhere else. For the park, it was for the park, and that's pretty cool.
Don, Red Sox fans from 25 states and 4 countries are in attendance to help celebrate the 100th anniversary of Fenway Park today.
Thanks very much, Jenny. It's true. Bobby Valentine talking about the park and just coming to see the park, and the number of fans that did just to come to see it yesterday.
Just to come see a baseball field.
Now, this is a play that is being reviewed at the moment, and this is what we've seen the most here at Fenway Park as far as the reviewed plays. It's been that ledge up there atop the green monster, and when the ball comes back, it can be tough for the umpire standing on the field to see where it hits exactly and how it comes back, and this is the most play we've seen reviewed more than any other.
Yeah, and here comes the home run sign.
It is indeed a home run for David Ortiz, and the Red Sox are on the board. Second home run of 2012 for Big Papi.
Very difficult for umpires to see because, that monster's pretty tall and they're looking up at it. So sometimes they really can't get a good look at it. Certainly as good as we can because we're up high. Ortiz taking it to the opposite field for the home run. So the Red Sox get back in the game.
Hess and Hess Express are proud sponsors of the Red Sox and the Red Sox on Nesson during the 2012 season. Hess and Hess Express will donate $500 to the Pediatric Trauma Program at Children's Hospital Boston for every Red Sox home run. Hess and Hess Express committed to helping the cause. So Big Papi had to wait a little while to get the sign, but he picks up his second home run as Kevin Youkilis lines one to right field. That's headed towards the corner. Swisher back to play it as Youkilis heads to second base. And he will cruise into second base with a double.
Now that's nice to see. Kevin Youkilis using the other field, the opposite field, keeping his shoulder on the baseball, his head on the baseball, that ball away. He doesn't try to roll over and pull it. He goes the other way with it and picks up the double.
Oh, a special guest with us, Pedro Martinez, who's en route to join us as we celebrate here at Fenway Park today. And the Red Sox trying to rally here and get it going. They get a run in. They get Youkilis at second base. And Jared Saltalamacchia coming up. Saltalamacchia off to a tough start, hitting at .080 so far, 2 for 25. Does have a home run and 2 runs batted in. There is strike 1 to Saltalamacchia. Breaking ball away, and it is 1-1. Red Sox with 3 hits off Nova so far. Single for Pedroia in the first, the homer by Ortiz, and another double by Youkilis. Tap foul, 1-2. Cody Ross waits on deck. Red Sox batting here in the home half of the second inning. '25th pitch for Nova. And another foul for Saltalamacchia. I want to remind you to get the new book, Fenway Park, from the Boston Globe and Running Press, to relive 100 years of baseball history. They wrote the book on Fenway. Get yours wherever books are sold. Youkilis at second base. Nobody out here in the second inning. The Yankees on top, 3-1. Very high, and it's 2-2. On the ground right side. Teixeira's got it. He will flip to Nova for the out, but moving along to third base is Kevin Youkilis.
2 very good defensive first basemen in this ball game. Teixeira, of course, as we look at our commentators for today, Don, Jenny, and myself, and also Adrian Gonzalez.
And you're watching Red Sox baseball in high definition, Adobe Digital 5.1 surround sound. Coordinating producer of Red Sox baseball is Russ Ken. Senior coordinating director Michael Narachi. Associate producer Jim White, and our production assistant is Mark Marloca. Glad you've joined us on this special day from Fenway Park.
I jumped the gun on that one, didn't I?
You did a little bit.
Yeah.
But you covered well. Once you saw us pop up, you knew what was going on.
Well, I know the 3 of us.
Yes,
so
all 3 of us.
Yes.
Pedro will be along here in a few moments. 1 out in the second inning. Youkilis at third base and Cody Ross the batter. Had they thrown some other people up, you might not have been quite ready for it.
No, it's a good thing I have people I recognized, yeah. I've seen a lot of people today.
Yes, you have. And some people I bet you didn't recognize at all.
You're exactly right.
A few of them you just went, it's good to see you, too.
Hi, how are you doing?
Yeah. The 0-2. Tried to hold out. I think he went. They check, and he did. He strikes out. Bill Welke, first base umpire, rings him up. And it is the second strikeout for Nova. 2 down in the inning.
Cody Ross trying to hold up on a high-cut fastball. It looked like that time from Nova, and just could not do it. Clearly the head of the bat going out in front of home plate.
So 2 down. Youkilis 90 feet away, and Jason Rebko, the batter, center fielder for the Red Sox, checks in at 111. 149. Getting started with a home run for David Ortiz to get the Red Sox on the board in the second inning. Little number down the third baseline, foul, and it evens at 1-1. Repko called up from Pawtucket prior to the game on April 15th against Tampa Bay, and today marks his fourth start in center field. Repko on the ground to third. To his left is Chavez. He'll throw it across and end the inning. So 3-1 lead for the Yankees. Pedro Martinez is in the house, and soon he'll be right here when we come back. Mika, an enter to win $100 gift card from Nesson to the Yawkey Way team store. Play along to the third inning. It's 3-1 New York. My all-time favorite pitcher, and I think yours too, Jerry.
Absolutely.
Is in the house. Pedro Martinez is right here. Great to see you, Pedro.
Well, thank you. I'm very happy to be here.
Back again here, and it had to be great to be back here at Fenway Park and hear the fans again.
Yeah, it's you know what? I don't feel away from home anytime when I come to Boston, but definitely to be in here in a special day like today, it makes it more special for me.
You came back with the Mets, and I know that the outpouring was incredible the first time you came back here in a different uniform.
Yeah, it was a little bit different, but I'll tell you what, the reception was the same. The love for me and the respect that they showed towards me continue to be the same.
This is off the glove of Buchholz, kicks out to short of Vilas on the run, and it'll be late as Cano will reach. There's some video of Pedro coming in today to Fenway Park, and one of the largest ovations, no doubt about it, here at Fenway today.
Always having fun.
That's what it's all about, and I'm pretty sure that the fans are used to seeing me that way. That's why I can't change the way I was and the way I continue to be with the Boston fans, and it's the way I perceive them too. I perceive that they like me that way.
You know, it's amazing. You see different starters over the years, and you never see someone who is more different on the other 4 days than the guy who pitches on that day than Pedro Martinez. I mean, you were like a totally different guy the day you would start to the rest of the time.
Well, that also says a lot about the way I treat the game, the integrity of the game, and the way I respect the game. the game to me was my job, was my day to pay tribute to what the fans expect, and that got me completely focused, and that was the only way I knew how to get focused.
Well, I've always said that you are the favorite pitcher that I've had to cover since I've had this job. I'm my all-time favorite pitcher to cover. And you did things in an era in baseball, the steroid era, that no other pitcher could do. I mean, you just shut people down with some incredible numbers when the other side was cheating a little bit. And that, to me, will always stand out, just to the greatness of Pedro Martinez.
Well, thank you. That's a great compliment. But, you know, I enjoy those moments. I respect baseball, and I wanted to do it the right way. I sometimes will see what's perceived sometimes as a little bit controversial, but it was just the way I played the game. I was taught the game the right way, with integrity, clean, and everything that you probably saw on the field was part of the game to me. And I don't think I disrespected the game in any way, and I took it seriously, and I dedicated myself to doing whatever possible to win a ball game, and I'm glad I was able to post some of the numbers I did.
We all have our favorite Pedro Martinez moments, but the '99 All-Star game stands out for me.
Yeah.
What was that like for you? I mean, it had to be incredible.
You know, what I say is that I don't think the fans were expecting anything less than that. To some of us that were in the field, and then probably some of you that were watching it from up here, will probably know that was probably a normal night, except that it was an all-star game, and it was dedicated to Ted Williams, which I think should have been the highlight of the all-star game. And to me it was, especially to be able to impress Ted Williams, because he said, well, that was outstanding. And he called me back up into the booth, and he said, oh, I'm extremely proud of you. And that will never, and also signed my program, which I keep.
Right?
I keep. That was the biggest trophy for me that day.
Well, I know how competitive you are and were. How much do you miss the game right now?
You know what? Some aspects of the game, like competing, being on top of that mound. Every time I see that mound, I feel the little temptation. But you know, only competing, because the lifestyle and the travel and being away from home and not being able to be a regular human being like I want to be, it took a little toll on me. But definitely competing I miss more than anything, and also being in the clubhouse with the guys. I miss my teammates. That's one part that you can never replace, because you never get the opportunity to be with so many good men around you, good players and good friends. Actually, real family.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. You saw a lot of your ex-teammates today. Do you have a favorite?
I will have a hard time saying I have a specific favorite, but actually all of them that were part of my time here are really special. Some of them stand up, like Jason Veritek, who was my battery mate, Wakefield, David. Some of the guys that were here when I was here, they can stand up a little bit taller than the others. Yeah. Kevin Millar, I had a great time with 1-5. He's a special human.
It's hard not to have a good time with 1-5.
Yes.
Well, talk to us a little bit about that World Series for us and for you, and what it was like for you to have gone through all that with the Red Sox, to understand Red Sox Nation over the years, what they went through and how long they had to wait, and to finally win the World Series.
Well, I think that was the least I could do for the Boston fans and for Boston. I came here with that mission, that specific mission, and once we got it, it was like I had everything. I took Fenway off my back. It wasn't just the monkey off my back. It was Fenway. It was the whole city, because I felt committed to winning. If I was to leave Boston and not have that ring and not bring that trophy to Boston, I'll feel like I didn't earn anything in baseball.
It was amazing. I happened to be lucky enough to be on the same boat that you were on when we were traveling around the city, and this city was just absolutely crazy that day that you guys the 2004 team will always be remembered around here. They'll know every player on the team. They know exactly what they did. I mean, those are the guys that brought the championship to the Red Sox.
Well, I'm glad I was part of it. I'm blessed to just have been part of it. And I told someone before, I would not trade my ring here in Boston for 3 anywhere else. And that's really from my heart.
We know you had been other places before coming to Boston, but how weird was it to go someplace else after your experience in Boston?
It was a little bit difficult. I'm gonna be honest. It was a little bit uncomfortable to leave Boston, but everybody knows I did not want to leave Boston. But that was also my mistake. I should have never been so open about not wanting to leave Boston, because that works against you when you're negotiating. And I had to leave, but it was okay. It worked out okay. Boston went on to win again, and that's the best feeling. And there was no hard feelings from both sides. So I think moving on was just part of the negotiation and part of baseball in general.
You miss the competition. You got to miss knocking somebody down once in a while, don't you?
Well, especially when they're my teammates and someone brushing back. I don't like that. I get really nippy when that happens.
Those are some of my favorite memories too, I think.
Well, I remember the game he put 2 Yankees out within the first 2 pitches of the game.
To back.
Yeah,
Cheater and Soriano, maybe.
It was Soriano.
That's the 2 they're both out.
Yeah, both gone.
It just slipped. Sometimes that happens.
Well, Clemens did the night before got Millar really bad, and then they had Wakefield coming in, and Wakey couldn't do anything, so it was up to me the next day. And when 5 said it clear, he said, well, Wakey's not going to do it today, but tomorrow you got Petey. So it was up to me. Plus, I was the ace. I felt the responsibility to protect everyone in my team.
It was a swing and a miss as Pedro Martinez joining us here in the booth. We've got MLB Fan Cave. We've got over 200 Red Sox fans who are now in Manhattan watching this game. They'd like to say hello to you as well. There they are, all in New York watching the game here today.
Hey, everybody.
So what are you doing with yourself these days? What's keeping you busy?
Well, I spend most of the time in Florida, between Florida and San Domingo. I'm working with my foundation, and me and my wife are doing a lot of work in the community and getting involved in the community. I spend most of the time developing great facilities for the people that really need it in the Dominican. And I spent a lot of time in the States, but I never had the time to actually be out there myself to give something back to the community. So I'm trying to get some time to give something back to the community.
Well, you've given so much to us, and we thank you for your time.
Oh, it's a pleasure. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you, Pedro.
It's a pleasure, Rambo.
Pedro Martinez in the
Bye,
house.
Wally.
Saying goodbye to Wally. It is 3-1, Yankees on top. RedSox.com pair a weekend game with one during the early season. 2 great games for as little as $40. Get your tickets today at RedSox.com/SRO packs. Long way from Florida, but here on this 100th anniversary of Fenway Park. All part of Red Sox Nation. Three-1 Yankees on top of the Red Sox as we head to the last half of the third inning. Mike Aviles leading it off. Red Sox a lone run, a home run for David Ortiz. Came in the second inning. Well, it was great to see Pedro Martinez. Certainly one of our favorites, no doubt about it.
Always has a smile on his face and made you laugh every day. Unless you're in the batter's box.
On the ground as Jeter is to his left, and Aviles is out number 1 of the third inning. When he pitched, it truly was an event. I mean, every time he was out there.
I've said that often. I mean, it was like a heavyweight boxing match. It was, you know, that kind of atmosphere around the ballpark. Whether he won or he lost, I mean, people came to watch Pedro Martinez pitch, and he really changed the culture around here. I mean, he really did.
This is in the air to the left. Ibanez is back and can't get it. It's quickly off the wall and by him. Headed for his second base is Sweeney, and he will get there with a one-out double, a line shot. And it's second with one away here in the third inning.
Now Sweeney put in that 2 spot in the batting order today. He's been doing this using the whole field. Gets a pitch away that time, a fastball down in the zone away, and takes it to the opposite field for the double. Ibanez leaping out there, but he can't get to it. So Red Sox have a man in scoring position with the 1 out.
1 out, Sweeney at second, and Pedroia coming up. I don't often listen to conversations that you have with other people. At least I try not to eavesdrop on your conversations. But I did hear an interview you did this morning in the clubhouse, and you were interviewed about different eras, the Pedro Martinez era and the Roger Clemens era. And you felt, if I heard it correctly, the Pedro Martinez era was more dominant.
Well, that's just my feeling. That's to take nothing at all away from what Roger accomplished, because he was great too. I mean, there's no question about that. But I just personally felt like Pedro just, you know, for a stretch, just totally dominated the game of baseball.
And to me, as you said to him, the era he did it in is what makes it so much more impressive.
It's incredible.
He is up against guys who are clearly cheating and dominating.
That all-star performance that he pitched against the National League, I mean, you'll never forget that.
Ever. In the dirt outside, and it's 1-2. Next half, Commissioner Seelig will be along with us on the celebration from Fenway Park. They play for Pedroia to go the other way. Center fielder Granderson over towards right center. Shadows about halfway to the mound. It is up high, and it's 2-2 now to Pedroia. This is fouled off to the right, now to play. Red Sox Baseball in NESN is brought to you in part by Eastern Bank, the official bank of the Red Sox Television Network. Tradition, history, and commitment to everyone on our team. These are just a few of the things Eastern Bank is made of. Find out more at easternbank.com. The 2-2 is in the air and playable in center field for Curtis Granderson. He will make the catch and get it back in. 2 down. Sweeney does not advance at second base. bring up Adrian Gonzalez, flying out to the warning track in center field in the first inning. Red Sox have not had the chance to play with the lead very often at all so far in 2012. And it's more of the same today, down 3-1 as they bat here in the third inning with Sweeney at second base. Tie, and it is 1-1.
Yankees do not go into a full shift with Gonzalez to the plate, but they do have a Robinson Cano very deep at second base.
Yankees got a run in the first, 2 in the second, 2 home runs off Buchholz today. Nick Swisher in the second inning. Eric Chavez, this is grounded foul beyond the Red Sox dugout, and it hangs at 1-2. Now, for every Red Sox game that goes into extra innings or the Sox earn a save, CVS Pharmacy make a donation to Boston Children's Hospital towards their $25,000 donation this season. David Ortiz waiting on deck. He supplied the lone Red Sox run with a home run in the second inning. Inside, 2-2. That's on the corner for strike 3. Gonzalez knew it. Strikeout number 3 for Nova. 3-1 New York. The commission will be with us when we come back to Fenway Park. MatBat 12 app for your iPhone, iPad, Android, and Windows Mobile. Get live audio, pitch tracking, video highlights, and more. Text at-bat to 31826 or visit redsox.com for details. Head to the top half of the fourth inning, and Commissioner Bud Selig is here. Great to see you, Bud.
Nice to see you. Hi, Jerry.
How you doing?
Pleasure as always to see both of you.
Well, it has to be great to be here today and what has been such a success story here at Fenway Park, and incredible day today.
It is incredible. As I watched everybody being introduced and thought of all the memories, times that I've been here, and this is just remarkable. And I have to say this, there's no question, only baseball could produce what you saw here today. And that makes it so special for me and for everybody else. Oh, this has been a great day.
Well, the sellout streak here at Fenway Park, too. I mean, the franchise doing so well here.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. I remember it's always a great baseball town, and I started bringing the Brewers here in 1970 for the next 25 years, and boy, they've come a long way. But, you know, the beauty is, I told Tom Werner and John Henry today, you walk and come to Fenway, it's just like it was 30 years ago. Yes, they've made a lot of room, but the beauty of the stability here and what this park means to many, many generations right now.
Yeah, all the improvements that they made to the ballpark, they all just fit in.
Jerry, it's remarkable. I mean, it really, I said to Larry Lucchino over and over again, I don't know how you people did it, but this is just beautifully done in every way.
We understand there's somebody home watching you right now.
Yes.
Well, there is. My wife, of course, has been with me and really looking forward, and she had a little medical misfortune this morning, but I think she's watching now, so Sue, I'll be home reasonably soon. And I think she's doing all right. So.
Well, we've talked a lot about what's going on in baseball, and certainly the new postseason has got a lot of people excited. How hard was it to make this decision to make the change to add the wild card?
Well, you know, Don, it was interesting. You guys remember what I went through when we did the original wild card, and there were a lot of people mad at me and ruining the game, and I guess it didn't turn out too badly, did it? And just go back to 04, and you know how good this has been, and 03, as great as everything was, but it's produced great moments, and we almost did it 3 or 4 years ago, but I just kept wanting to go back, and I had the 14-man committee, had 4 managers on it, Torrey and Jimmy Leland, Tony La Russa, and Mike Scioscia, plus 4 general managers, owners, and I found much more interest, and I thought I was going to do it anyway. They were intense. The biggest part of the debate came on whether it should be 2 out of 3.
This is in the air to center field, and this is gone. So a home run for the Yankees, and New York ups their lead to 4-1.
Now Chavez picks up his second home run of the day. Had one back in the second inning. And now goes to straightaway center field for his second home run of the afternoon. Take a look at the location of the pitch from Clay Buchholz. Again, it's a ball away. This time a fastball. And straightaway center field, just making it over that center field wall. And the Yankees take the 4-1 lead.
As you were saying, the difference between the 1 gamer or the 2 out of 3.
Yeah, I wanted 2 out of 3 because having run a club, I think you play all year long, and now all of a sudden you're done. But every member.
Now to center, and Repko will make the catch and bang up against the wall. What a catch.
That was a beautiful play.
Wow.
Yeah, it looked like Repko had no chance on this, but he reaches across his shoulder and then bangs into that wall. And fortunately, he's okay. But what a great play there by Repko in center field. That wall doesn't give.
No, I was just hit that wall pretty hard. But anyway, so we went to the 1 game, and I think it's going to be quite exciting. And 10 teams out of 30, I think, is a perfect number. We certainly haven't overdone it, and given the way the races are going this year, there are going to be a lot of people happy that we have the 2 extra wild cards. So we'll have both the games day after the season's over, and then we'll adjust things. But it'll be very exciting and a great way to get the playoffs underway.
It appears on so many levels to be a good idea. I mean, the fact that so many more cities will be involved longer, number 1, and number 2, it means more now to win the division.
Absolutely right. You know, the one criticism, and I learned long ago in this job that
down to third, and Jeter's retired, 2 down.
But, you know, whatever you do, some people are going to be critical, and I got over that many, many years ago. But in this case, there's been not only very little criticism, but the one that bothered me was that we weren't placing enough emphasis on winning your division. After all, you fight all year, you should have. Now we have. Yeah. And everybody says that. And so there are a lot of good reasons for this, extra cities, as you correctly state, and everything else. But now also we put a high premium on winning your division.
2 down here in the inning as Curtis Granderson stands in. You look at the other sports and what they have been through lately with strikes and everything else. Labor peace right now, very, very good in baseball for a long time now.
Who could have believed way back when that this sport would have 21 years of labor peace? I'm very proud of that, obviously. I mean, there are a lot of things we've done, but it is really remarkable. And that's why the sport is more popular today than ever before, growing just really dramatically. No question about all that. Revenues are up. Attendance is we're going to have a huge year in attendance. But I really think labor peace is certainly one of the major reasons, if not the major reason, because I know people got tired you remember, Jerry, through all those. And,
they got tired of it.
They got tired of it, and they blamed everybody. There was no one that escaped. The commissioner, the clubs, and the players. Everybody, and they had a right to be mad. I understood that, so that's why we did what we did. But 21 years apiece and 5 more, so we're in good shape.
We thank you very much for coming up. Best to your wife as well.
Thank you very much. Pleasure to see you as always.
Thank you.
Nice to see you. Take care.
Take care.
Thank you.
4-1 New York. Sox home game thanks to Duncan hosts a nonprofit children's organization. Thousands of kids have had the chance to catch a Red Sox home game thanks to Dunkin' Donuts. Today we welcome historic Fenway Park, the Athletes for Autism program in Boston. Dunkin' Donuts committed to the community. The entourage and the Rem Dog check there on the 100 years here at Fenway Park. As checking in here is David Ortiz to lead it off in the bottom of the 4th inning. And we thank Bud Selig for stopping by here in the booth, and Pedro Martinez today on this special day. And Jerry, it really is amazing from the labor standpoint how long it's gone, especially all you went through.
That caught me by surprise. I didn't realize it had been that long since they've had a disagreement. And that's of course obviously great for baseball, but there was a stretch there when I was playing. It was like every other year.
Would you go through 3?
Oh, I can't remember how many. There were lockouts, there were strikes, there were everything. And, that was really no fun for anybody involved. So, peace is always better.
And Ortiz with a shift on. It's by the mound, but it'll be to Shera. He'll flip to Nova for the out. Just did get the foot down, and they retire Ortiz. The only run today so far for Boston, a home run for David Ortiz in the 2nd inning. A play that was reviewed by the umpires, hit the ledge up top of the monster and came back. But home run number 2 of the year for David Ortiz. Tim Sheeta, the crew chief, coming out to let everybody know. One out in the fourth inning as Kevin Youkilis bats. He doubled in the second inning but was left at third base. Youkilis on the ground to short. Jeter gathers a tough hop and throws out Youkilis. 2 down. For over 100 years, Gulf Oil and the Boston Red Sox have been proud to be a part of American history. Moving forward, Gulf is thrilled to serve as the official electricity supplier to Fenway Park as it celebrates its 100th birthday from one legend to another. Congratulations. 2 outs in the fourth inning, and Jared Saltalamacchia is the batter. It's an .077 average so far for Jared. Nova kind of settling in here. He's retired 5 of the last 6. And 10 of the last 11 as this one is popped up foul off third. That'll get back and out of play. Line down the right field line. It is a foul ball. And that's just the way things are going right now for Saltalamacchia. Solid contact, but just foul.
You couldn't be more right, Don. If he's hitting 280, that ball stays in fair territory. 080, it goes foul by about a couple of inches.
This will bounce in and kind of catches Martin strangely. Gets away. 2-2. It's time now for today's AT&T trivia question. What year was the first night game played at Fenway Park? We'll have the answer for you a little bit later. 2-2 pitch to Saltalamacchia, and that's strike 3. A swing and a miss. 4th strikeout for Nova. A 1-2-3 4th. It's a 4-1 Yankees lead. Powered by Eastern Bank, listening, guiding, and being there for kids in need. That's what Eastern Bank and Adrian and Betsy Gonzalez are made of, which is why we've teamed up to support youth mentoring programs throughout Massachusetts. To find out more, go to easternbank.com/Adrian. 4-1, the Yankees lead the Red Sox as we head to inning number 5 back at Fenway. Alex Rodriguez to lead it off. He is 1 for 2 in the game with an RBI single back in the first inning. In the air to left field for A-Rod. This ball is crushed and over everything and left. Second home run of the year. 4th home run of the day for New York, and it's 5-1. Yankees on top.
Well, home runs doing in Clay Buchholz so far this afternoon. 2 by Chavez, 1 by Swisher, now the 1 by Rodriguez. It's a fastball to A-Rod, and he goes up into the monster seats. Look at that, right down the heart of the plate.
I say, look at that pitch location.
Yeah. Guys like Rodriguez are going to hit that one a long way.
'52nd career home run for A-Rod against Boston. As Robinson Cano stands in and chops one right side. Pedroia slides over, grabs it, and throws out Cano for the first out of the 5th inning. Mark Teixeira is 0 for 2. He's grounded out to first base and flied out to center. There is strike 1 to Mark Teixeira. We were talking earlier about A-Rod's home run total. That's 631 home runs now. He moves past Ken Griffey Jr. Willie Mays is up next at 660, but he had been tied with Ken Griffey Jr. coming into today. 5th place on baseball's all-time list, adds to it and gives the Yankees a 5-1 lead. So on the outside corner, 1-2. Teixeira gets jammed and grounds it foul over by the Red Sox dugout. It's time now for the answer to today's AT&T trivia question. Question was, what year was the first night game played at Fenway Park? And the answer is 1947, June 13th of 47 to be exact, a game which the Red Sox won 5-3 against the White Sox. Red Sox scored all 5 of their runs in the 5th inning. Ted Williams knocking in 2 of those runs. Gonzalez to flip to Buchholz for out number 2 of the inning. So 1947 the answer.
We're not born yet when they had the first night game here at Fenway Park.
I wonder if it was as big an issue then as it was for the fans of Wrigley Field who did not want lights.
I'll bet you it was. I'll bet you it was a huge deal to play baseball at night. I don't know how those guys did it, playing every single day. You know, that's a grind.
Well, you go to bed earlier the night before. You have a nice dinner.
Right.
Not buying that?
I'm not buying that.
2 down in the 5th as Nick Swisher stands in and takes strike 1. Swisher has been aboard twice today, 1 of the 5 home runs. This is lined and caught. It's short by Aviles to wrap it up. And the Yankees get their 5th run. It is 5-1 New York as we played 4.5. brought to you by Eastern Bank. At Eastern Bank, we're made of historic milestones, and now our home team has reached one of its own. Congratulations on this special anniversary from one Boston institution to another. Well, the MLB Fan Cave, they're trying to get this Red Sox offense going as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. 200 Red Sox fans in Manhattan watching NESN today. Glad to have them along with us as the Red Sox go to work here in the bottom of the 5th inning. It's Cody Ross who leads it off. Ross, a strikeout victim in the 2nd inning, 1 of 4 Ks today for Nova. Two 2-0 now to Ross. Ross dropping down to the number 8 spot in the Red Sox order. Fly ball out to deep right center field. On the run is Granderson back at the wall. It's off the wall. The carom kicks to Swisher as Ross goes into second base with a wall ball double. And the Red Sox have something going here in the 5th.
Yeah, the Red Sox trying to get some base runners here against Ivan Nova. He's as Cody Ross takes a fastball that's up about letter high, takes it off that center field wall. When Curtis Granderson took off, looked like he was going in the wrong direction, but he straightened himself out, but there was no way he could make a play on that. Too high off the wall.
So it is a double to begin things here in the 5th, and now Jason Repko grounded out to third base in the 2nd inning. Shadows have encompassed home plate, working their way out to the mound at the moment. Right fielders having the most difficulty right now at the sunshine. Nick Swisher and Ryan Sweeney respectively, as this one sent foul off to the right, now to play. So look into the right fielder's view.
And it's not a comfortable feeling out there in right field, that's for sure, at this stage of the ball game.
Two and one. Coming up after the batter. Jenny had the chance to talk to Joe Girardi about this streak for Nova, 14 consecutive games in which he has won dating back to last year. And he's got a 5-1 lead today as he works here in the 5th. This one is fouled down the right field line, out of play. I want to remind you this copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Boston Red Sox, may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Boston Red Sox. Cody Ross has opened the bottom of the 5th with a double. Repko fouling off the breaking ball, and it's still 2-2. Made a great catch out in center field, banged into the wall out there, and we get a little look at how good he is defensively. Called up from the Pawtucket Red Sox in the absence of Ellsbury, and we have an injury or something here as Bobby Valentine is coming out. He's brought the trainer with him.
Let's take look at the last swing by Repko, see if we can pick anything up. I mean, he did go crashing into that wall earlier. Looks like some pain in his face as he made that swing, but convinced the manager he's okay.
Rick Jamieson checking on him, the new head athletic trainer for the Red Sox. As the pitch misses outside, and it's a full count. Larry Rothschild, the pitching coach for New York, former manager of the Tampa Bay Devil Rays as they were known then. First 3-ball count for Nova of his outing. And there's a ground ball chopped foul outside of third. On Monday, I want to remind you to join Tom Caron and Dennis Eckersley for 30 extra minutes of coverage before the Red Sox take on the Twins. Get you ready for Game 1 of the 3-game series against Minnesota on Red Sox Monster Monday, presented by Bob Stores, live at 6:30. There's Rick Jameson, the new trainer for the Red Sox, came over from the Cleveland Indians. This is softly lined and caught by Cano. Oh, he timed that leap perfectly, and right at the top of it, he makes the catch to rob Repko of a base hit.
That's kind of tough to judge sometime as a second baseman or infielder because you see the ball on the line and it's not really hit that hard, so you've got to try to keep yourself from jumping too soon. And right there, a perfect leap, as you can see by Cano, to take a base hit away from Repko.
Swing and a miss. Mike Avila's batting, 0 for 2 in the game. '70th pitch. Fights it off, foul to the right, and it's 1-2 to Aviles. Red Sox today have been held to 5 hits. Ross's double got this 5th inning started. Repko lines out, and now Mike Aviles down 1-2. To right field, the Sunfield. Swisher's battling, and he can't catch it. It's by him. Ross is going to have a chance to score. He will, and the Red Sox get their second run. So there you have it. The Sunfield comes into play. Swisher looked like he was in trouble all the way, and then that one just lands in front of him. And welcome to Fenway Park, Nick Swisher.
That's just what we were talking about. That's not the place you want to be this time of the day. And Swisher looks up. He can't find. He's got no clue where that baseball is. Just trying to protect himself right there. It gets by him. Red Sox pick up a run, and Aviles at second base with a double.
Not to bring up old wounds, but if that happened to Lou Piniella, we would be in a much different spot right now. Lou just threw the glove out, and there it was.
Threw the glove out on one's bounce, and it landed in there.
It's in there for strike 1 to Ryan Sweeney.
That was a little later in the day. I don't think the sun was a factor at that particular time.
Down and in. Sweeney is 1 for 2. He doubled in the 3rd inning, struck out in the 1st. To left, Ibanez gets there to make the catch shy of the track for the 2nd out of the inning. Solid contact for Sweeney, but he's out number 2. Well, to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Fenway Park, Big Times Bats is pleased to offer a full-size limited edition 34-inch baseball bat to commemorate this historic occasion. This unique collectible includes historic and modern images of Fenway and is very limited, with only 1,912 available. Order yours for $99.95 plus shipping and handling by going to BigTimeBats.com or by calling 866-280-BATS. 2 down in the 5th, and Dustin Pedroia takes strike 1. Pedroia singled in the first, flied out to center in the third, looking from the shadows out to the mound. Pedroia, who had lost a ball in the sun earlier. Now it's gone the other way. Nick Swisher losing a ball in the sun for the Yankees, both leading to runs in this game. Now a foul makes it 1-2. Jerry, I know you haven't seen a lot of Nova, but what makes him so tough?
He's around the plate and he mixes his pitches up very well. I mean, his fastball, slider, curveball.
In the air to center field, Granderson is backpedaling and catching out number 3 of the inning. The Red Sox get a run in the 5th. We played 5. It's 5-2 New York.
For people in this area and around the world is any venue in the world, and today I think there'll be a memory created for me and everybody else who's here today, and I'm looking forward to it.
5-2. The Yankees have the lead over the Red Sox on this celebration of the 100 years of Fenway Park. Raul Ibanez leading it off for New York. Ibanez 0 for 2, grounded out in the second inning, bounced into a double play in the third. Trying to come in, and they do too far in, 1-1. Action in the Red Sox pen. Scott Atchison loosening up. Home runs have been a problem today for Clay Buchholz, who has given up 4, 2 for Eric Chavez. As the pitch bounces in. Red Sox getting a run in the bottom of the 5th inning and back within 3 now, but seemingly playing from behind in every game this year. 2-1 is in the air out to shallow right center field. Repko and Sweeney come together, and Repko, the center fielder, makes the catch. If you're just joining us, today was an incredible day at Fenway Park prior to the game. 216 alumni back at Fenway Park. Some young, some old, and all former Red Sox, and some we know. But very special here for all the current players, and he has, of course, here Hall of Famers Carlton Fisk, Jim Rice. The mayor throwing out the first pitch, as the mayor did back in 1912. This is popped up right side again. The sun an issue, but Pedroia this time shields it with his hand and makes the catch. 2 down. There's also an attempt to break the Guinness World Record of toasts. And I think it was, 27,000 was the old record, and Pedro Martinez and Kevin Millar helped people toast here at Fenway Park, and we're trying to get confirmation as to whether it was successful or not.
Welcome back, Toastmasters. Kevin Millar.
Not shocking, the Millar is toasting.
No.
Huh?
they got the 2 right guys to lead the toast.
Going to have a party. They're as good as any to start with. Gotta love Millar still frosting the tips at, what is he, 40 now?
He's going through a midlife crisis, probably.
He's probably got a Corvette.
He's on TV all the time.
I know he is.
So he's got to look sharp.
Martin to deep left, and another ball hit very hard and gone. 5 home runs for the Yankees. Martin, who has struggled this year, has got his first of the year. The Yankees go on top 6-2.
Again, it looks like another pitch right down the heart of the plate by Buchholz. And Russell Martin connects. So home runs have been the undoing this afternoon of Clay Buchholz. Let's take a look location of this pitch. A little bit inside, middle in. Good pitch for a right-hander to hit. And off the Sports Authority side.
So 6-2 New York. We had 2 outs here in the 6th inning. Derek Jeter, the batter. Jeter reached on an error in the 1st inning, a single in the 2nd, grounded out in the 4th as we look at the A's ticket pitching line for Buchholz. 92 pitches deep into his outing. Jeter reached on an error, scored in the 1st. That's the unearned run. As he grounds one foul and evens the count at 1-1. One and 2.
I think Gaz is home right now watching the game on TV.
I bet he is.
I bet he is too. I bet it didn't take long to get home either.
Yaz has a little bit of Ewan, and once it's over, it's over.
It's over.
You're out.
Ceremony's over. He's gone.
I was surprised you stayed out there as long as you did when you were at second base. I know you had to. You didn't have a choice. But I was thinking you probably wanted to leave at some point in there to get back up here to get ready.
I was nervous about getting back up here for the start of the game, but things wrapped up and had plenty of time to get back.
1-2 fouled off to the right.
There's the captain.
Down low. Did he go? No, says Bill Welke, first base umpire, and it's 2-2. Tonight at 10, join Jamison Coyle for Nesson Daily, presented by Sun Life Financial. Mark Mowers and Sean McEachran will be in studio to look ahead to Game 5 between the Bruins and Capitals. Series shifting back to Boston, tied at 2 games apiece. Celtics Hawks highlights. It could be a possible playoff preview. Plus a recap of all the festivities here today. Jeter strikes out. It's just the second strikeout for Buchholz. Martin homers And the Yankees have a 6-2 lead. $15,000 plumbing, heating, and HVAC contractors selection. Expertise, solutions, we've got it. Visit fwweb.com. There are stars everywhere here. Lenny Clark is here. In behind home plate, first row. 6-2, Yankees have the lead. There's Lenny. I'm a star, look. Adrian Gonzalez leads it off in the 6th inning. It's been at least a year since we've talked to Lenny, right?
Yeah, we got to get him up here sometime this season. It's always entertaining. Lenny lost a lot of weight.
Yes, he did.
And he kept it off.
One pitch fouled off to the left. And out of play. Adrian down 0-2. Police are here. The 0-2. Adrian has flied out to the warning track in center field. Struck out looking in the 3rd inning, 0-2. And a swing and a foul tip held onto by Martin for strikeout number 5 for Nova. Let's check in with Jenny Dell.
Don, Ivan Nova carries a 14-game winning streak coming into this afternoon's game here at Fenway Park. And Yankees manager Joe Girardi tells us why he hasn't lost a game since June 3rd, 2011.
2010 to 2011, he learned how to minimize the damage in innings, where at times in 2010, he'd get in an inning and couldn't get out of it. The other thing that he improved was he developed a slider. And at times it's really, really good, and it contributes to his strikeout totals. Other days, it's not as good as we've seen. But I think those are the two biggest differences, and has allowed him to put this streak together.
And again, for Nova, it's been 14 consecutive wins dating back to last year, and he's got himself a 6-2 lead today. Just gave up a one-out single. David Ortiz singling through the shift.
Yeah, gets the slider from Nova, and they're in the shift, but he gets it by the second baseman, Cano. and picks up the base hit. So Big Poppy 2 for 3 afternoon, including a home run. We hear that so much, don't we, about pitchers, how to minimize the damage. We've heard that a lot about Daniel Barn as he becomes a starting pitcher, how to get out of jams, focus on the task at hand.
I guess it's easier said than done. A lot of guys unable to do it, but Nova has been able to do it. Pitching line brought to you by Lexus. 5 1/3, 2 runs, 5 Ks, no walks. And that's rolled over foul, and it's 1-2.
That's the key today, Don. As you mentioned, no walks for Nova in this game. He's not hurting himself with the base on balls, mixing his pitches up well, getting a lot of swings out of the Red Sox.
A lot of players couldn't be here today because they are working, as you might imagine, for other major league teams. You saw Tony Pena there alongside Joe Girardi and many others on coaching staffs. I know Dave Roberts very much wanted to be here today, but he is the first base coach for the San Diego Padres, and certainly no day off on a Friday for a lot of those guys who are playing or coaching in the major leagues these days. As Euclid gets hit, and he'll head down to first base.
Generally, when Kevin Youkilis gets hits, that's where it is, right on the elbow. Get that big elbow pad on, and he takes it off the elbow that time from Ivan Nova. Red Sox looking for some kind of spark here in the middle of the ball game.
Two on, one away. And Jared Saltalamacchia, the batter, he is 0 for 2. He's grounded out and struck out. Takes the breaking ball for strike one. That is the first time Euclid has been hit this year, but as you saw, 5 straight years of 10 plus hit by pitches. This is the first of 212. There's a swing and a miss at a pitch up, and it's 0-2. Line foul, and out of play, still 0-2. On the ground, could be 2. Jeter will touch second and fire to first. It is 2. And wraps up the 6th inning for the Red Sox. 6-2 New York at the end of 6. Presented by Cumberland Farms. Jenny Dell will look at the Fenway Park Open House and the 100th anniversary celebration, while Peter Gammons will sit down with Josh Beckett. Don't miss it. Sunday at noon, only at Nesson. Doug Flutie in the house here at Fenway Park today. And this 100th anniversary of Fenway Park, 6-2. The Yankees are on top of the Red Sox as we head to the top half of the 7th inning. Pitch number 99 coming up here for Clay Buchholz. It is a strike to Granderson. There is double-barreled action. Justin Thomas and Scott Atchison warming in the pen. Mound now in the shadows, as is the home plate area. Backdrop still in the sunshine. Granderson singled in the second inning, 1 for 3 today. After going 5 for 5 last night with 3 home runs in the final game of the series against the Minnesota Twins. Action for New York. Corey Wade, right-hander, up in the pen for the Yankees. Over right now, 93 pitches through the first 6 innings. High, ball 4, and a leadoff walk for Granderson. It's only the second walk given up today by Buchholz. Well, the best sports talk show in Boston is Dennis and Callahan on WEI, and right here on Nesson. Monday morning, join John and Jerry for a recap of the Sox-Yankees series. They'll also give their take on the Bruins-Caps. It all starts Monday morning at 6 right here on Nesson and on 93.7 WEI Sports Radio Network. Here comes Bobby Valentine after the leadoff walk allowed by Buchholz, and he will make the change. It's 6-2 New York.
The Boston Red Sox has endless opportunities to dine, play, thrill, relax, and of course, win. When you're here, you can be anyone. Foxwoods, anything but ordinary.
6-2 Yankees on top of the Red Sox here. We're in the midst of the top half of the 7th inning. This call to the bullpen is brought to you by New England Ford Dealers. Scott Atchison comes into the game for the Red Sox after 6+ innings from Clay Buchholz. Atchison throwing a career-high 4 innings in relief of Lester on Tuesday night and allowing just 1 run, the solo home run to Michael Young in the 6th inning. This is his 5th appearance of the year, 1-0, the 2.08 earned run average. Been pretty good out of the pen. 7 Ks to 2 walks, and opponents hitting at 219. Tough day for Clay Buchholz, 6+ innings and surrenders 5 home runs. Alex Rodriguez today has singled, grounded into a fielder's choice, and he had 1 of the 5 home runs for New York. His was a solo shot in the 5th. Cleared everything in left field. Oddly enough, the home run for Michael Young in the 6th inning on Tuesday for Atchison, first major league home run he's given up since 2010. And that home run was to Alex Rodriguez, who now bats. Snapped a career high 23 games, 40 2/3 inning stretch in between home runs allowed by Scott Atchison. Dealing with A-Rod now with a 1-2. And a swing and a miss. Elevated up and away. Rodriguez chases as Atchison strikes him out.
Yeah, the fastball from Atchison about 91 miles an hour, but as Don mentioned, up and away from A-Rod. And no contact. Rodriguez now with a 2-for-4 afternoon going. Couple of RBI.
1 on, 1 out for Robinson Cano. Reached on an infield hit in the 3rd inning. 1 for 3 day for the Yankees second baseman. There's strike 1. Buchholz responsible for Curtis Granderson, who is at first base. And so far charged with 6 runs. 5 of them are earned runs. Still action in the Red Sox pen as Justin Thomas is by himself in the pen. He had been warming up alongside Atchison before Atchison came into the game. Bounces away from Saltalamacchia, and Granderson takes off for second base and gets there easily. Wild pitch charge to Atchison.
Cut fastball down in the dirt. Saltalamacchia trying to block it, but it gets by him and moves a man in a scoring position for the Yankees, Curtis Granderson.
In the dirt, blocked this time by Saltalamacchia. No advance for Granderson at second base. Six runs, 9 hits, no errors for New York. 2 runs, 7 hits, an error for the Red Sox. Yankees batting here in the top half of the 7th inning, and right now spoiling the party. Mark Teixeira waiting on deck. In tight, full count. On the ground, Atchison will look at second, but take the shore out at first as Granderson was off the bag at second, but he gets Cano after he looked him back. 2 down. Boston Red Sox baseball in Essen is brought to you by Eastern Bank. At Eastern Bank, we're made of free checking that's got nothing to hide, which means no fees or any other types of curveballs. Check out what else we're made of at easternbank.com. Runner at second, 2 down for New York in the 7th. Shadows have made their way across the infield, and only center and right seeing rays of sunshine now here on the field as head into early evening here at Fenway Park. A 3 o'clock start time here today. Still plenty of blue sky above. Lights are on at Fenway. Teixeira with his shift on. It's Aviles. Throws to first for the out that ends the top of the 7th inning. It's 7th inning stretch from the Fens at 6-2 Yankees. On Yawkey Way, stay with us for WB Mason's Red Sox Extra Innings live at TCX. Jim and Peter get a breakdown of Clay Buchholz's 3rd start of the season and his post-game comments from the interview room. Let's get Bobby Valentine's thoughts on his first experience as part of the Red Sox-Yankees rivalry. It's all coming up after the game live on Yawkey Way, and it's only on NESN. There's Bobby Valentine's experience with the Yankee rivalry from another side of town. Of course, the manager of the New York Mets and was in the World Series in 2000, losing the World Series to the Yankees in 2000 as part of the Subway Series. Today, the Yankees have a 6-2 lead as we get ready for the bottom of the 7th inning back at Fenway Park. Yankees with a 5-home run attack here today and have made a change. Corey Wade is into the game. His 6th appearance of the year. No record, a 2.35 earned run average. 11 strikeouts in 7 2/3 innings, and opponents hitting at just .214 against him. So he is first in after a pretty well-pitched game today by Ivan Nova. He's trying to make it 15 consecutive wins dating back to last year. Nova throws 93 pitches and goes 6 innings. And gives up the 2 runs to the Red Sox on 7 hits. He didn't walk anybody and struck out 5. Corey Wade will work to Cody Ross to begin things here in the last half of the 7th inning. Wade last year for New York, very good. 6-1 with a 2.04 ERA, 40 relief appearances for the Yankees. Now ready to work to Cody Ross. That'll miss for ball one. Ross struck out swinging in the second inning. He doubled and scored in the fifth. Outside 2-0. Only other day baseball today. The Reds down the Cubs 9-4. Everything else is tonight in the American League and National League. This is ripped foul back into the grandstand and out of play. Nate Spears has come out on deck. He would bat for Repco. Just misses. 3-1. On the ground to third base. Chavez throws it across in time for out number one of the seventh inning. It's time now for a look at the road ahead, brought to you by Safeco Insurance. This weekend, the Red Sox and Yankees series moves to the national networks. The Red Sox will send Felix Dubron and Daniel Bard to the mound in the two games. The duo has been racking up the strikeouts so far this year. Dubron has 13 in 10 innings of work, while Bard has 13 in 11 2/3. Yankees will counter with Freddie Garcia on Saturday and CC Sabathia on Sunday. Nesson returns on Monday when the Red Sox travel to Minnesota, with coverage beginning at 6:30. So Dubron and Bard this weekend. One out in the seventh inning. Nate Spears pinch hitting and taking strike one. Spears, who played in 3 games at the end of last year for the Red Sox, called up by the Red Sox in his second go around here in the majors with Boston. He's called up on Sunday, his second career stint in the majors. Down to the count, 0-2. Sitting for Jason Repco, and a very nice defensive play in center field earlier in the game, and was 0-2 at the plate, batting out of the number 9 spot.
Nate Spears was one of the guys that was out in the field prior to the ball game, and he was shaking. He said, "This is really something."
Strike 3 call. 6 strikeouts for Yankees pitching, and that's the first for Corey Wade.
Corey Wade going to the curveball will pick up the strikeout against Spears. So a couple of quick outs here in the 7th inning.
Two down in the 7th, and Mike Aviles, the top of the Red Sox order to bat. He doubled to drive in a run in the 5th inning. On the ground up the middle, and it is into center field, a base hit. A spin on that as it made its way back up the middle, and Aviles has got his second hit of the game.
Aviles gets the breaking ball, the over-the-top curveball toward the end of the bat, but good enough to get it up the middle for the base hit. A lot of spin on that ground ball as it goes up the middle.
Two down, Aviles at first base. Ryan Sweeney, the batter. He doubled in the 3rd inning, 1 for 3. There is strike 1. Sweeney moved up in the Red Sox order for the first time this year. He bats out of the number 2 spot. Pedroia moving down to 3rd, at least for today. We've seen so many different variations of the lineup so far for Bobby Valentine, and generally they last about a day, so we'll see what happens. Sweeney grounds it right side. Cano to first base for the out that ends the 7th inning. Well, you wanted it. You're going to get it. Lenny Clark is going to be live with us coming up. 6-2 Yankees.
Uh-oh.
Trouble waits. By Xfinity. Well, it's been a big home run day for New York. Eric Chavez has 2 home runs in the game. In the 2nd inning, he got his first, and his 2nd in the 4th inning. Alex Rodriguez also part of the home run party in the 5th inning. He gets his shot to left that clears everything. And Russell Martin gets his first home run of the year in the 6th inning, a 5 home run attack for New York. The Yankees have a 6-2 lead as we get ready for inning number 8. And leading it off is Nick Swisher to get it started. And as promised, Lenny Clark, who I don't even recognize. I mean, where did the rest of you go exactly?
It's out in the truck. I'm not on steroids like this Swisher. That's right, I'm saying he is. Little guy, big attitude, big problem. Good hit.
Now, corner.
All right, so but what we're doing today, we're giving up lots of home runs, but they're solo home runs.
Right.
So that could, build the scenario for a big comeback in the 8th or 9th inning.
Well, let's hope so.
I hope you're
well,
right about that.
listen, it's a 100-year birthday party. These guys aren't going to wreck it, even if they are those filthy Yankees.
Back to you again, though. But what's going on? How did you do this? I mean, you were
Weight Watchers.
quite honestly a pretty fat guy last time.
I was almost 400 pounds the first time I came in this booth with you. Remember, you could hardly move around me. And you look great. What are you selling now? I bought windows. I don't even need them because you were selling them. I swear, you sell something, I buy. It's nice to see you back in uniform.
Thank you.
You're a hell of a ball player.
I'm very proud
Wasn't
to
it
be
great to have it? Folks,
was.
I tell you what, this ballpark is the best. They call it the most beloved because it's the best. Look, we're taking a break now. Get another guy. That's it, Bobby. Show them why you're here.
We will be back with more of Lenny Clark.
We'll be right back. We're going to talk to
check.
Bobby Valentine.
Okay. And the Red Sox use their third pitcher of the day.
Who's pitching now, Don?
First, we got to tell you about Beth Israel in honor of the Fenway Centennial this year. Beth Israel Deaconess, the first official hospital of the Red Sox, offering a daily health tip to help you live to be 100. Sign up at 100pitches.org.
What if you don't want to live to be 100? What if you want to get out of this hellhole?
Check out at 80.
I've had it. I'm 88 pops. I'm not going to be 100. You're going to carry me around. Someone has to change me. Hey, change me. It's the time to eat yet. That's not going to happen. But thank you, the Beth Israel Deaconess.
Justin Thomas is into the game, becomes a third pitcher of the day.
This could be the turnaround point we need.
What do you think of the Red Sox so far, Lenny?
I always love them, win or lose, but right now, we're in the basement. When was the last time you saw that on the scoreboard?
Not a while.
We're going to change that. We're going to right this ship. We're going to turn it around. And we'll come. Baltimore will never last. They'll fall apart. Tampa Bay, we show them what we can do to them. New York, I hate New York. And Toronto, come on, they don't even live in this country. See, this kid, this could be the big thing. Dennis Leary called me earlier today, said if I went up to give you his best, he's finishing.
How's he doing?
He's doing great. He's finishing up on Spider-Man 4 3D.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he's a big star.
Big star.
And,
so big that I don't think we've seen him in like 3 years.
Well, it's
too
not.
big.
It's been a while.
No. Listen, he wants to come back. He's just been working. The guy's in demand. Unlike me, you never know.
You're always here.
Well, yeah, I'm here all the time. I'm here when they don't want me here. And unfortunately, I'm doing the show on NBC, Are You There, Chelsea, with Tom Warren as the executive producer.
Exactly.
And I waited 25 years to work with him. He's fantastic. He's there all day. He's a hands-on guy, brilliant man. And I just want one more show in syndication. Then I'm on with him. That'd be great.
Well, we understand you got a job one of the times you were with us, like the next day. We kind of helped.
The night of the infamous Eucharist,
yes.
You guys propelled me into a show with David Kelly, who, the famous David Kelly, all the stuff he's written. He watches every show, every Red Sox game, biggest Red Sox fan you can imagine. And he loves you guys. And he called me up, and I hung up on him. I thought it was a gag call. Next thing you know, I'm in L.A. shooting a show. Then he left the show, and I said, is it something I said? And then everyone else got fired, and I said, Dad, I said, fire me. I don't want any part of it.
I don't really remember it as a Euclid thing. I remember it as an attack on Mel Gibson, if I'm not mistaken.
Well,
it started as a Euclid thing.
Yeah. Well, when I left here, my mother said, Lenny, oh, my God, I hope you didn't upset the Jewish people. I said, no, the Jewish people love me. Mel Gibson hates me.
Have you run across Mel at all?
I did.
No way.
He went to shake my hand. He went, hey, wait a minute. I said, I don't care, Mel. You're all done. But hey, listen. What a beautiful day with a beautiful celebration. And look at the crowd. There's not an empty seat in the place. There's people, look, it's going to take a lot to come back. But, it's a long, long season. A lot of things could happen. Okay, so I might have been wrong about this kid pitching, but hey, I've been wrong before. Let's get it all out of our system, and we get another game tomorrow.
Ibanez with a single to center as Swisher takes third base.
Now that scares me, because Ibanez, what's he, 72 years old?
I think he's about 40.
Yeah, but he's from like one of those countries in the Caribbean. They're like dog years, those people. Yes, he did play in the first Fenway game. You're absolutely right.
First and third, nobody out. Lenny Clark joining us in the booth. We did a film together. Did you know that?
Which one was that?
I was in Fever Pitch. I don't know if you know that.
My God.
Oh, my God. We got to hear this.
You'll break your heart.
Yeah, it was the first film I did, and it's actually the only film that I did, sadly. It's the end of my career. But
listen,
take off.
I may have some work for you. Because,
really?
Yeah. If things don't work out with the new Tom Warner show.
Okay.
I'm thinking of going to Florida and getting into elderly porn. Because, I'm big down there in Florida. Well, maybe as a TV repairman or I don't know, a door-to-door salesman of some sort. Pizza, you could deliver pizzas, then the music. I'm not leaving you out, Jerry. I just know you got a lot of stuff going on back here.
Yeah. I'm going to stay out of this one.
Jerry, you're a good-looking guy. You'd fit right in down there, a lot of women. But you're a beautiful wife. You're married. You're happy. You got a lot of work. No, I'm trying to get you that second home. And I say you look very good in that brown suit. A lot of people can't do brown. Although
it's a new suit. It's a new suit.
Very nice. Did Jerry get that for you?
No.
Well, you got to go where he sells things. That's where you go. Windows, suits, cars, restaurants. Your restaurants are fantastic.
Thank you.
I love you. This one here, the one down by the
Seaport,
Seaport, is that what it's called? I call it the old harbor front, though, where they used to dump the bodies back in the old days. Just back it up, throw in snow, bodies, whatever. Now you got a beautiful restaurant down there. Look at that.
Little tapper foul. It's 2-2. First and third, nobody out.
Well, at least you got your life mapped out, and you can't beat that.
Oh yeah, I'm going. Everything's going according to plan. I've had more canceled sitcoms. I've had more canceled pilots than the Iraqi Air Force. Let me tell you, I'm just going and go. I just want them to stick. That's all. But then if it did, I wouldn't be able to come to this beautiful park. And you know, I love being here. I really do. It's enough. I tell you what, the excitement from the beginning of the day all the way through. It's just been amazing. I was here at like 6 this morning, and the place was packed outside, waiting to get in. Yeah. That's how exciting. I mean, look at this. This Fenway Park. What a beautiful day.
55,000 people here yesterday just to walk around and look at the ballpark.
Absolutely. And poor Joe Mooney is walking around kicking rocks. Get out, Ollies, get out. You know, I tell you what, the new ownership has been so great. Tell him what happened.
He struck out looking. First out of the inning. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And a big strikeout with men on first and third, too. How's that, Lenny? That's analyzing, isn't it?
Fantastic. Well, listen, this is why you get the big bucks. Yeah. Now, me, I tell you what, it's incredible with how the new ownership has made this such a fan-friendly park. Because when I was a kid, I mean, I got thrown out of here more than you imagine, but you couldn't even go near the field. And then yesterday, to be able to walk into the Monster and on the Monster and in the Monster, this is just great. It's the best park in the world.
All right, well, we're throwing you out now because we got to go to break again.
Yes, we do.
Well, thanks very much for coming up. It's great to see you.
It's great to see you. And Jerry, keep it up. Whatever you're selling, I'm buying. All right. Go Sox.
I'll take you up on that acting thing maybe later, too. We'll see. It is 6-2. Yankees have the lead. Is a proud sponsor of the Red Sox Foundation, helping to address health needs in our communities. Red Sox making a pitching change, bringing on their fourth arm of the day is Shinichi Tozawa into the game, his fifth appearance. No record, and has not given up a run in 7 innings with the Pawtucket Red Sox as he checks in here with the Red Sox. Tozawa recalled before Wednesday's game. Had one save for the Paw Sox. Saw him 5 times during the spring for the Red Sox pitch, as there is strike one over to Russell Martin.
That's Tozawa replacing Melanson on the roster for the Red Sox. Melanson trying to get back together down at the minor league level.
Tozawa, of course, recovering in 2010 from Tommy John surgery, and 2011 in rehab. Pitched low and away, and a good backhand by Saltalamacchia. We have now regained control of our booth as Lenny has come and gone. There's David Robertson warming in the pen for New York.
He's got big plans for you, Don.
You just never know where he's going to go.
No.
It's kind of scary. That is in there for strike 2, and it's 1-2. Swisher double to begin the inning. That was the end for Atchison, a single for Ibanez, facing Justin Thomas, and Thomas was able to strike out Chavez. This will bounce off the glove of Saltalamacchia, trying for second base is Ibanez. Got him in the rundown and trying to keep an eye on the guy at third base, and out as he went out of the baseline. He is Ibanez, and not advancing from third is Swisher. So that is the second out.
It looked like Ibanez was trying to stay in this rundown long enough to maybe get Swisher home from the plate, but Swisher never did go. And you can't see the Red Sox keep checking on him at third base. They finally tag out Ibanez, and the runner remains at third base. So the Red Sox pick up the second out. Everybody's peeking toward third, see if that runner's going to take off, but he did not.
2 down, Swisher at third base, and Martin with a count of 2-2. It's ground ball left side. Aviles rounding behind it. His throw is going to be low, but dug out nicely by Gonzalez. That'll end the top of the 8th at 6-2 New York. Sox, and as tradition has it here on this anniversary of the 100th year of Fenway Park, Sweet Caroline, the song played here in the 8th inning, and of course it was written by Neil Diamond for Caroline Kennedy, who is here at the ballpark today and certainly enjoying it very much.
I didn't know that till about a couple of years ago.
Yes.
Found out that that's who he wrote the song for.
Caroline Kennedy, part of the ceremonial first pitch as well here at Fenway Park, along with the mayor, and to Fisk, Rice, and Yastrzemski. With Larry, Tom, and John alongside. So a special day here at Fenway Park as we get ready for the last half of the 8th inning.
That'd be more special if the Red Sox could get something going against David Robertson.
He is the new pitcher, the 8th appearance of the year for him. He's giving up nothing in 7 innings of work. 9 strikeouts, 2 walks. Opponents hitting at .231 against him. The Yankees back end of the bullpen extremely good. Last year for the Yankees, he made 70 relief appearances and had a nifty 1.08 earned run average. 4-0 with 1 save. And his first pitch is ball 1 to Dustin Pedroia. There is Tom Werner. Dick Ebersol is up there in the back as well.
NBC hasn't been the same since they lost Ebersol. He was consulting for a while, I believe.
Yes.
Big Red Sox fan. Watches a lot of our games from down on the Cape.
1-1 fouled off to the right, out of play. This will skip through, and it is 2-2. Now Robertson led all American League relievers last year in strikeouts at 100 strikeouts. Ranked 4th in the majors, but led all American League relievers. Right-hander ready with the 2-2. Fouled off of the dish, gets a piece of Russell Martin. An amazing 1.08 ERA in the 70 relief appearances last year. Pedroia strikes out for the first out of the 8th inning. Check in with Tom Caron for a game break. TC. Okay, Tom, thanks very much. 1 out here in the 8th inning, and it brings up Adrian Gonzalez. Adrian has flied out and struck out twice as he sends this one foul. Yankees pitching with 7 strikeouts in the game today. That'll bounce in 1-1. Corey Wade worked the 7th inning, went an inning giving up a hit and had a strikeout. Ivan Nova, the starter today for New York, 6 innings, 2 runs, pitcher of record, and chance to win his 15th consecutive game dating back to last year. Shift on, and Adrian Gonzalez goes the other way. Gets a 1-out base hit to left.
Adrian sounded like he got jammed a little bit on this swing, but he's able to pick up the base hit. Ball around the label of the bat, but muscles it out toward left field for the base hit. Red Sox need a blast right here from Big Papi.
1 out, 1 on for David, who had a big blast in the 2nd inning. His 2nd home run of the year. Grounded out in the 4th, single to right in the 6th inning. There is strike one. Right field, the only sunshine to be seen here at Fenway Park at the moment. Everything else in the shadows. Hess and Hess Express are proud sponsors of the Red Sox and the Red Sox on Nesson. During the 2012 season, Hess and Hess Express will donate $500 to the Pediatric Trauma Program at Children's Hospital Boston for every Red Sox home run. Hess and Hess Express committed to helping the cause. 1 out, 1 on in the 8th as Ortiz takes a pitch outside. 2-1. David 2 for 9 in his career against Robertson. Youkilis waits on deck. Swing and a miss, and it's 2-2. 93 that time on the fastball. A home run for Big Papi back in the second inning. Opposite field and off the ledge above the monster. And was checked. Originally it was not called a home run, but the umpires got together and they reviewed it, and Sheeta calling it a home run correctly. David Ortiz with his second of the year. Battles it foul off to the left. A little harder on the fastball. Still 2-2.
No reviews 100 years ago today.
Would have been a double.
Would have been a double.
Red Sox have lost 3 in a row. Trail 6-2 as they try to get something done here in the 8th. To center. Granderson moves over and makes the catch on the sinking liner for the second out of the inning. Solid contact, but in the direction of Curtis Granderson.
David is really swinging the bat well, and you know that line drive hit very hard by Ortiz, right on the button, but right at Granderson in center field. He's been in a great groove here early in the season.
Two down in the 8th for Kevin Youkilis. A double in the second inning. Grounded out in the 4th and then was hit by a pitch in the 6th inning. There's ball 1 outside. Fouled off to the right, 1-1. Youkilis 4 for 11 against Robertson in his career, hitting at .364 as he waits on a 1-1 pitch from the right-hander and takes it for strike 2.
Robinson's got a good breaking ball. He just showed it right there to Kevin Youkilis. That fastball at about 93, then the 12-6 curveball to Uke. And quickly ahead, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Youkilis goes around. Home plate umpire rings him up. Youkilis wanted him to check with first. Nelson Wolf. Second strikeout for Robertson. 6-2 New York at the end of 8.
Love is a burning thing.
Game Day Live presented by Uno's with TC, Eck, and Jenny at 7:30. John Lester will try to bounce back from his tough start on Tuesday night against Texas. He'll face the Twins in Game 1 of the series. He hopes to match his excellent road performance of last year. 10 of his 15 wins came away from Fenway. Our live coverage begins at 6:30 from Target Field with Red Sox Monster Monday only on NESN. 6-2 New York on top of Boston as we head to the 9th. Junichi Tazawa back on the mound for the Red Sox. He finished the 8th, starts the 9th. Derek Jeter leading it off. He has been on base twice, reached on an error and scored in the first, singled in the second. Sets in a ground out and a strikeout. Tap back to the mound. Tazawa's got it. One down in the 9th as we check back in with Jenny Dell.
Yes, Don, it's time now for the Major League Baseball news and notes, which is brought to you by your local Nissan dealers. The Texas Rangers continued their hot streak last night, defeating Detroit 10-3. Yu Darvish picked up his second win of the season, pitching 3 1/3 innings and allowing just 2 hits and 1 run. And the Houston Astros tied a team record last night against the Nationals with 3 first-inning triples. The triples were part of a 5-run first for Houston. It was the first time since 1997 they had 3 triples in a game. And don't forget to vote for your favorite Red Sox for the 2012 All-Star Game in Kansas City. Voting begins today for the 83rd All-Star Game, and you can vote up to 25 times on MLB.com or RedSox.com. Don, back to you.
All right, Jenny, thanks very much. One out here in the 9th inning. Curtis Granderson, the batter. Singled in the 2nd. He walked in the 7th. This is line and caught. Pedroia in the shift on the right side makes the grab for the 2nd out of the 9th.
A sinking line drive that time to Dustin at second base, but still able to make the play with no problem.
So 2 down in the 9th, and Alex Rodriguez, the batter, hit a home run back in the 5th inning. 2nd home run of the year. Just RBIs 3 and 4 on the season for him. That is ball 1. There is action for New York as Cody Epley is up in the pen for the Yankees. Call it from AAA Scranton Wilkes-Barre prior to the game. There's a 1-0 to Rodriguez. Swing and a miss. The best sports talk show in Boston is Dennis and Callahan on WEEI and right here on NESN. Monday morning, join John and Jerry for a recap of the Sox-Yankees series. Also give you their take on the Bruins Cavs series. It's all starting Monday morning at 6 right here on NESN and on 93.7, the WEEI Sports Radio Network. Ball 2, 2-1. Day for Eric Chavez. 2 home runs, 2 of the 5 home runs the Yankees have in the game. 2-1 fouled off to the right, and it's 2-2. in the air to center field. Back goes Cody Ross a few steps. He's there, and he makes the catch that ends the inning. Zawa retires all 4 batters he faces. It's 6-2 New York as we head to the bottom of the 9th.
Ninth, the Amica Pit Zone is brought to you by Amica Insurance. Amica Insurance, it's not just how you covered, it's how you treated. And Eric Chavez with 2 home runs in this game today, 1 on a high changeup from Buchholz, the other on a fastball from Clay. 2 at bats for Chavez, first 2 at bats, home runs hit.
Last rays of sunshine today as the Red Sox and Yankees play into the 9th inning, and a new pitcher, Cody Eppley, was just called up from Scranton, where he appeared in 5 games and not yet given up a run. He was claimed off waivers by the Yankees from the Rangers on April the 5th. He had been designated for assignment by Texas. So his major league debut was last year for the Rangers. In 10 relief outings for Texas, he was 1-1. Originally selected in the 43rd round by the Rangers in 2008 out of Virginia Commonwealth University. Jared Saltalamacchia leads it off in the bottom of the 9th inning. Red Sox trailing by 4 runs. 0 for 3 today for Saltalamacchia. Rounded out, struck out, and bounced into a double play in the 6th inning. Browns one foul, and it's 1-1. Cody Ross waiting on deck. Red Sox in the bottom of the 9th inning. It's outside, 2-1. It's been a fun day here from Fenway, everything but the score. Now Punto looks like he is going to pinch hit for somebody, maybe Spears. 2-1 outside, 3-1. On the ground right side, and Saltalamacchia's got a base hit to begin the 9th inning.
Well, Saltalamacchia taking that sidearm fastball that's running away from him, and he hooks it in that hole between first and second. Red Sox with the leadoff man on here in the 9th inning. Still got some damage to do.
Well, lead runner on for Cody Ross. Ross doubled back in the 5th inning and scored the Red Sox 2nd run. He's driven in on a Mike Aviles double. Now Martin's going to go out and talk to Epley. You might imagine who is starting to warm. Mariano Rivera in the pen for New York. He pitched last night against the Minnesota Twins. Perfect 9th inning for his 3rd save as Girardi starts out. And he is going to make the change here with nobody out in the 9th inning. Pitching change from Fenway, 6-2 New York. Ninth, and Jerry, we have got confirmation. We knew about the toast, but it is official. New Guinness World Record has been done here. Largest toast in a single venue, 32,904 here before the game at Fenway Park. So took care of that.
And Pedro Martinez.
The Toast Masters. Cody Ross with a swing and a miss. First pitch from Mariano Rivera. Baseball's all-time leader in saves, 606 in a non-save situation. 6th appearance of the year. Surpassed Trevor Hoffman last year, who had been the leader with 601. Did that in September of last year. At 44 saves last year and 49 opportunities, a 1.91 ERA last year. His career here at Fenway. 14 blown saves here at Fenway. As the pitch is not going to be a strike, and he did not swing. Says Bill Welke. Two and one the count. And of course, part of the one of the greatest moments ever, if not the greatest moment, is the steal for Dave Roberts. Mariano Rivera on the mound at Fenway Park. And of course, Dave very much wanted to be here today, but first base coach for the San Diego Padres these days. swing and a miss. Ross strikes out for the first out of the 9th inning.
And on what else? The cut fastball from Mariano Rivera. See that little spin on it going away from Cody Ross?
It's 9 strikeouts for Red Sox pitching, and a pinch hitter for Nate Spears. Nick Punto bats with 1 out in the 9th. Punto 0 for 1 as a pinch hitter. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Don't forget, coming up immediately after the game, stay with us for WB Mason Red Sox Extra Innings Live. It's all the post-game coverage you'll need right here on NESN. They will be live on Yawkey Way. Check swing, foul. It's 0-2. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, and it's strike 3 to Punto. 2 down in the 9th.
And once again, the cut fastball, this time in on the hands of Nick Punto for the second strikeout for Rivera since coming in the ball game.
So back-to-back Ks for Rivera since coming into the game. Saltalamacchia is still at first, and here's Mike Aviles. He takes strike 1 over the outside corner. Boston Red Sox baseball on NESN is brought to you by Southwest Airlines, Sullivan Tire, and by Kia Motors. 2 outs in the 9th, a 1-1 pitch coming to Mike Aviles with Saltalamacchia at first base. And a one-hopper to second that Cano will go to first with and end the ball game. And the Yankees have spoiled the party here at Fenway Park on the 100th year anniversary. And the Red Sox have dropped 4 straight. A tough outing today for Clay Buchholz, Jerry.
It was, Don. He had trouble today getting the ball down in the strike zone, and once every time he kept it up there, the Yankees did some damage, and they did damage with home runs. And Red Sox offense could really get nothing going against Ivan Nova this afternoon. So another loss for Boston kind of ruins what was a very nice day here at Fenway Park.
Nova betters his record to 3-0 and has won 15 straight dating back to last year. 6-2 the final score for Jerry Remy and Jenny Dell. I'm Don Orsillo saying goodnight from Fenway Park. Join us again Monday from Target Field in Minnesota as the Red Sox open up a 3-game series with the Twins. Live coverage begins with Red Sox Monster Monday, presented by Bob Stores at 6:30. It's been a presentation of NESN, New England's most watched sports network. Here's Tom Caron on Yawkey Way.